Hey guys, thanks for checking in. On today's video, I'm going to show you all how you can connect a Bluetooth adapter to your Ford Falcon BA so that you can crank some music while you're driving with Bluetooth through your car stereo. So about a year ago, what I did was I went through and connected this Bluetooth adapter to my Ford Falcon BA so that I could connect my phone wirelessly to the car stereo and play some music. Which was excellent. Now today I'll be looking at actually cleaning up the wiring so there's less dangling wiring, but also a better connection. As we can see here, all that I did was push the cable into the fuse holder location and then push the fuse over the top of the cable. So I'm looking to clean that up today with some of these wiring and fuse tap adapters, and wanted to clean it up today, but also give you all my review and explain how you can install something like this in your Ford Falcon. Now I got this off eBay for about under $25, and it has worked for the whole year so far, no issues. And as soon as my car turns on, it automatically connects to my phone. As I mentioned, all that was really required was this end of the cable to be plugged into the factory location, and I'll show you all of that in just a moment. The positive going into a switched power fuse location, which I'll explain that further in detail in a moment, and also an earth which I'd connected to a bolt up here. So let's go through, disconnect this adapter and show you all how it's done. With the adapter disconnected, this is the end that goes into the factory location under the dash, which I'll show you all in a moment, but it's just a very simple wiring loom. And when you stick your head underneath, you'll be able to connect this into the car. Okay guys, so what I started off with was feeding the cable through, next to the bonnet release cable here, the latch, feeding the cable end through this part of the trim underneath and bringing it out up there. So basically here we see that's the cable. Now once you once you pop your head underneath the dash, and this is the fuse box location. So behind that fuse box location, up underneath the dash, you'll see a few wiring plugs, and the one that we want to plug our adapter into is, you see this white one there. Basically you just need to go through, and it might be taped up. I can't remember if this was just hanging and dangling there, but you may find yours is taped up in the wiring loom up there. Once you get this in position like that, very simply just plugs in, a nice meaty click, and that's it. That's that part done. The wiring's nice and clean, out the way, not going to pinch on anything. Now you can remove yourself, stretch, because it's a very contortionist position. So next, what we need to do is connect our positive to a suitable location in the fuse box area here. So what I've done previously was grabbed a very simple test light can do it. Earth it, so I'm just going to clamp onto this bolt here. There we go. And then the other end, what we needed to test for is something that will allow us, or give us power only when the key is turned on, and then again is turned off when the key is switched off and removed. So in this case, if what I'd done earlier was had a look on the owner's manual, and I'd noticed that the fuse, this is fuse number 15, 14, 13 and fuse number 12, which is in this one, was written down to be a navigation. Now I don't have navigation options in this model, but it works perfectly, guys. So if we go through and turn our key to the accessories, or even if we were to turn the car on, doesn't matter. When we go and test that fuse number location 12, have a look at this, guys. So it's hot when the key is on, and then if we turn the key off and test again for fuse number 12, there's no power, which is perfect for our application for this Bluetooth adapter, because we only want this to turn on when the car is switched on. So at this point, what I'll be looking at doing is connecting this fuse tap. Now you can get these off of eBay, as I'd mentioned earlier, and I'll be looking to connect, not in my application today, this positive for the fuse, this positive for the Bluetooth adapter, and also my positive line, or this is more of the remote line for my amplifier for the subwoofer. So I'll be connecting the two of these into a male terminal, which I've got here in the red, which can then plug over here. So I'll just rejoin you guys in a moment once I've made that connection. Now we've got our remote amplifier wire and our positive for the Bluetooth adapter crimped into one, which is ready. They can get plugged into our adapter. Now to get the adapter ready, it's a very clever setup that they've done here, guys. And just to explain for you, the bottom fuse holder location is where you want to put the fuse that you've taken out from your factory position. So if in the Ford Falcon owner's manual it said for the navigation was suited for the 10 amp fuse, so the closest location at the bottom of the fuse tap holder here is where you put the factory fuse, and then you want to go and put a smaller fuse on top, which will be acting as the, closing the circuit and allowing you to give that power to the new item that you're plugging in with this adapter. So they just plug in like that. This terminal closest, or I should say furthest from the wire end, is the hot positive. And by hot positive I mean this is the one that you want to plug in to where you're getting the constant 12 volt source here. So in this case for us it's at the top, and when this is plugged in, it'll be plugged in this fashion. So this one closest to us there will be the constant positive, and then the terminal down the bottom will be acting as our slave, which will be allowing that the 12 volt power from the car go through the fuse and then return out from this one, which is connected to our cable here going out. And very important to double check which one it is. So if anyone is watching this video utilizing this information for their own car, what you want to test, get your test light, make sure that you're getting that power that you need. Drop your test light, pick it up again. Now, out of where you've taken your fuse out, so in this situation we haven't taken out a fuse yet. We were as if this was our first time doing this. Fuse number 15, 14, 13, 12. So if we get this in the right angle for you guys, there we go. If we test this bottom one, see there's no power, even though that the key is turned on. But when we test the top one, see that, guys, now we're getting our power. So it means our top fuse terminal blade location is the one that's hot, and that's the one we wanted to make sure that we're plugging into. So that then meaning that we need to make sure this is the one going to, in this Ford Falcon, going to the top fuse blade holder. And I found what I needed to do to clear and make sure this fuse adapter can actually fit. I needed to completely bend this, and it's a very snug fit. Just make sure your key is turned off. And it's a very snug fit getting this in. So I'll see if I can get this in a position to show you guys. This bottom cable, it fails on this bottom plastic piece here. So making sure that it's completely bent, almost at a 90-degree, right angle. I'll see if I can get this one-handed for you guys. You want to get this started into the location of where the factory fuse would have gone, and there we are, perfect. We're able to push that in place, solid, very nice. And then we can go through, connect our positive, which I'll have to do and come back. And so connected like that, that is our positive sorted. We can go and tuck this out the way and make it nice and clean. All that's left now is for the earth, which in my application today, guys, I'm going to go and crimp on this ring terminal here and actually connect it to, or I should say underneath the location of this nut here. So I'll just go crimp and remove that bolt, show you guys how you can slip on this ring end once it's crimped on to complete the circuit for the Bluetooth adapter. Now with your ring terminal end crimped on, ready to go for the earth, grab a 10mm socket with an extension And guys, then you can go through, find the bolt that you want to loosen, and then you can go through and slip on your ring terminal. So I can show you guys. I should be able to be done by hand now. Let's get our extension, guys. Beautiful. Now we can undo the nut completely. Just once it gets very, very loose, don't drop your nut inside. What I would suggest is just get a finger underneath. You can disconnect your extension, and then together with the socket and the one finger on the end of the nut, you can remove the two. Very nice. Perfect. You're able to leave that there now. Very simply, we can go through, place our ring terminal that we've crimped onto the end there. This is slipped on. You can go through, grab your nut, chuck your nut in the hole if your nut fits. Beautiful. That's very nice. And then you can go on very carefully, chuck your nut back on up here, grab and just get it finger tight so it doesn't fall off. I think we're Gucci. Yes. Now you can go through, grab your extension and tighten that one up. Beautiful. Just like so. Grab your ratcheting end, swap it around. You can go through and just tighten this up now. And until it's snug. And that's enough. Lovely. Chuck that. And that's it. Now you can go through, tuck your wires away, make it look nice and neat. And Bob's your uncle. Basically, this adapter, guys, lets you, as soon as you switch the car on, it automatically, you know, connects to the Bluetooth of your phone, and it lets you play your music. And as soon as you switch your car off, it then disconnects and switches off automatically, which is excellent. So now at this stage, guys, we've got our positive connected to the factory navigation location here. Then we've got our earth connected to the bolt here, and the other end of the adapter is connected to the factory loom behind the fuse box. So now it's as simple as, once you turn this on, once you've got you can swap over to your auxiliary, and at this point automatically you'll be able to go through and connect to your phone. Now I don't think I can do that right now while I'm recording the video, but as simple as that, this you know, adapter just makes life so much easier. Not only this fuse tap adapter, but the Bluetooth adapter as well. A very simple mod, very cheap, and will give you that Bluetooth access. Unfortunately, this particular Bluetooth adapter doesn't have a microphone, so if someone calls you, unfortunately you're not able to use it as a hands-free for calls, which for me doesn't matter. I don't, you know, really make many calls while driving, and if I do, I just leave my phone on speaker. So as simply as that, you can connect a Bluetooth adapter, get some music streaming to your radio, the factory radio, without needing to modify the radio at all. And as always, let's flick something for luck. So today, let's flick our fuse tap for luck. Beautiful, and hopefully it never fails, never gives us any trouble. So guys, please let me know if this video helped you, gave you any ideas, gave you any tactics, because I always love hearing back from you guys. So for now, guys, until next time, drive safe, service your cars regularly, and keep flicking stuff for luck. Alright guys, catch us. Cheers.